Read this.
Yeah, you are the boss.
I'm in charge, mate.
Because let's be honest, everything I've said is not true. Apart from the fact that we'd be on 500 subscribers and 5,000 followers by Christmas, because that was.
We're near like 600 subscribers on YouTube now. You know what? I don't think I've checked that in the last 2 days. And normally I check it about every 15 minutes.
595 subscribers.
Oh my god. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Boxing 365 for our latest installment of Next Card in the Deck, which is our most regular feature on the channel. For those of you that are subscribed, you should hopefully know already. Thank you to those of you that consistently watch, and a couple of you who are always commenting and letting us know if we make a little bit of a mistake as well, which is very much appreciated. We are still learning. If you aren't subscribed already, please do subscribe. Please like the video. Please comment if you think what we're talking about is worth talking about, and if there's anything else you'd like us to talk about.
And if you're all bored of Dan talking, just, well,
I guess turn this video off.
But it'll be done in a minute. Because right, so what we're talking about today, Dan. Have you even said what we're talking about?
No, I thought I'd do that first.
I liked it. I think it's good. I think people will listen.
No.
They will.
So this next card in the deck is Knight of the Samurai. Got to be the coolest name of the year.
Don't know, because actually, do you know, just for. No, okay, it's cool.
It's cool.
It's very cool. It's very cool. I was going to.
All the artwork and everything.
No, it is. It's very cool. It is very cool.
It's cool.
It's very cool.
And it's going to be, well, I'm not going through all of the promoters for this. The list is about 10, 12.
It's a Riyadh season ring card, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Done.
exactly. Riyadh season. It's at the Mohammed Abdo Arena in Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
And it's the monster. He's out again.
Quick one. Sounds a silly question nowadays, but it used to be a big thing when we were watching the boxing. What channel is it on?
That is a great question.
Do you know what it's on?
It's on DAZN.
It's on DAZN.
Always on DAZN.
Everything's on DAZN.
It's the home
global
of
home of boxing. Unless you're Jake Paul, then it's the Disney Channel.
Yeah.
Do you know, out of irony, do you not think Jake Paul AJ should have been on the Disney Channel?
Disney Plus?
Yeah.
That would have been quite
That'd have been banter, wouldn't it? To be fair. By the way, just for everyone, if you're going to drop in the comments and be like, it's already took place. It hasn't. Yeah. We're recording it on the day of the fight. So we don't know the result yet. Eagerly anticipating the 50-50 fight that is AJ and Jake Paul. However, real boxing's back.
Real boxing.
God, I'm happy.
You know what? Everybody keeps asking me, though, are you watching the AJ Paul? And I'm like, honestly, it's early in the morning. Probably not. I'll probably just wake up and go, oh, Jake Paul died.
I actually am staying up for it.
Okay.
Do you know the reason I'm staying up for it? These guys.
These people. Yeah. That's dedication.
These guys.
But we'll get to what we're here to talk about, which is INOUE Picasso at the very start.
I like this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know I say that at the start of every fight. It's becoming a bit of a slogan for me. Or, if I don't like it, I'll say, don't like this. Quite basic, my adjectives. Verbs.
Vocabulary.
Grammar, maybe. It's kind of, for me, especially at the lower weight classes, INOUE's at that point now, where 32. We've not seen any signs of decline yet, but he's at 32 now. He's 32 fights in.
Yes. No, well, this will be his 32nd fight.
Yeah. You've got Picasso, who has had many fights, if not one more, actually. I think he might be the 30.
He's 32 and got a draw. So yeah. 32-0-1.
Picasso's only 25.
Yeah, I know.
Very young. Very highly rated amongst a lot of American boxing fans. Seen as one of the heirs to that Mexican throne that Canelo is slowly allowing to be moved on. We don't really know how good Picasso is. And we're going to find out.
Yeah.
I just think it could be one of them crossroads fights where, is this the passing of the torch? Now, I appreciate, don't get me wrong, I mean, that's me jumping well in there with regards to INOUE, because INOUE is superb, but I don't know, you get to that point with the fight, don't you, where you think, at some point,
something's got to give.
Someone's got to give. And you get to that.
It's not this.
Do you not think it is?
No, it's not this. I think for INOUE, if he wins this, which I think he will, I think you'd be an idiot to bet against him.
I wouldn't bet against him. When you ask me who's going to win, by the way, it's INOUE.
Yeah. I think the only time I could see him struggling, or I could see that sort of something going to give, is if he decides that he's going to take another step out of Super Bantam to try and become undisputed or win titles at another weight. If it's further up.
Do you think, let's be honest, right? People have spoke about it. He's now been undisputed at both the bantamweights, Bantam and Super. He's a 4-weight world champion. He's done everything he needs to, similar to Crawford in that respect of this sort of generation and a lot of other fighters. A, is he big enough to go up to featherweight? And
He's
B
only
is,
about.
does he need to?
He's only 5'5", so he's not tall.
Nick
His
Ball's not
frame,
tall.
no, I know his frame's not massive. I wouldn't say, but I'm pretty sure he could fill out to feather. It's not huge jumps at the lower weights either. That's
No,
why you see fighters move through them. It's not like as you get further up the weight classes and you're seeing 7, 6, 7, 8 pound
even bigger.
jumps,
I mean, you
even
look at
more.
175 up to cruiserweight. The
Yeah,
limit difference is 25 pounds. It's
yeah.
massive.
So it's not like that. So I'm not saying couldn't possibly say it was easy, but it's more feasible to take the jump. I think he could do it.
I think we've seen, especially against the higher level opposition at super bantamweight. For me, the last one we spoke about, one of our first episodes, I think actually that we ever did, very early on, wasn't it? INOUE
Yeah,
Akhmadaliev.
it was quite early, I think.
Akhmadaliev, obviously very, very talented in his own right. Very highly respected. Could have been the banana skin of Inoue's career. I think we're starting to see that Inoue's power isn't quite what it was at bantamweight and obviously lower down the weight
Do you think
classes.
so?
I think so.
I mean,
I'm not saying he's not still powerful
it's the first time
since
that
2000 something.
Inoue went the distance
Yep.
in his last fight with Akhmadaliev in September.
Yep.
Since 2019.
I completely agree. But you look at this is again no disrespect to some of his opponents, but you look at some of the opponents he's
Careful
fought.
now. Careful now. We were singing Stephen Fulton's praises the
No,
other
no, no,
day.
no. So what I'm saying is, you look at someone like Akhmadaliev. For me, is had the ability potentially to be on that similar level of talent with respect to an Inoue. Fulton's not a big guy at them weight classes anyway. Never has been. We spoke about it. He's not the fact that he went and up to featherweight, super featherweight, whatever it was,
Whatever he missed.
super middleweight. For me, is he's not the biggest. When you got into them sort of the natural super bantam, someone like an Akhmadaliev who walks around at probably super feather, even probably creeping up into sort of lightweight. That's where you start to tell the difference. And what I was kind of getting at wasn't that the caliber's poor, but then you go up to that featherweight category, you then are fighting lightweights. You're fighting people like, so for example, at featherweight, WBC world champion is O'Shaquie Foster. Now, I'm not saying from an ability point of view, Inoue wouldn't beat him. What I am saying is Shaq is quite a well-built featherweight. You've then got people like Nick Ball, who is probably as much as I hate to say it, from a dimensions point of view, is probably Inoue's best opportunity to win a world title at featherweight. They're both short, both stocky. Nick Ball's going to come forward, give Inoue an opportunity to unload on him.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough.
I just think he's at that point in his career where, a bit like Crawford, is how many more times does he need to roll the dice?
You see, the Crawford retirement thing was interesting because I'd got in my head that he had the opportunity and the ability to put himself head and shoulders above everybody else.
I agree.
Because if he'd have gone to middleweight and unified, becoming undisputed, even
It's not. Let's be honest. It's not
it
stacked, is it?
was he would have been undeniably
A top
one of
five
the
ever.
best ever. I don't think anybody would deny that he's one of the best ever anyway, but he would really, really have been in with a shout of being, yeah, one of the best. And
He's
I
in the
know we
pack.
said,
He'd be in the Pacquiao conversation, wouldn't he?
yeah, I know he's not. I know we've said about it before. 160 is not, loaded
No.
with excellent middleweights, but regardless, to do that would have been amazing. But look, like you said, he didn't have anything else to prove, and he's retired. So whether Inoue follows a similar thought process coming up in the next few fights, maybe, like you say, he's not getting younger. But I don't think he's not like talked about that. He's not somebody who's been open about that, or I don't think it's even
It's not something that's
in
even
his
been
mind.
rumored. I'll be honest. This is me just spreading lies at this point. It's just,
Hang on, shall we have a quick break for a thumbnail?
yeah.
We should.
What do you
Go
want
on,
me to do?
say the silly thing.
Oh, the silly thing. Okay.
About Inoue.
Inoue is going to retire. That's good. I like that.
Perfect.
I'll think of something more controversial next time.
No, please don't.
No, with regards to it, because I don't want to go over it. INOUE is extremely talented. As long as there's no sign of aging at any point coming up, which it happens. He beats Picasso quite comfortably. I think there's levels. I think Picasso's best win was against Azit Hovhannisyan. Good opposition, fringe world level, went the distance. I guess the question is this Picasso going to hit hard enough to keep INOUE off him all night? And the realism of it is probably not.
Apologies, everybody. I think we had again some small technical difficulties, which we will blame Tom for, even though he had no intervention whatsoever. We had just finished talking about INOUE. We're talking a little bit about Picasso. He's the latest in line for to spoil the party, to upset INOUE's reign. Personally, I just can't look past INOUE. So it's a real shame. I think Picasso was out quite recently as well. He was out in July this year. He won a majority decision there against Kainosuke Kamida.
Loves a Japanese fighter.
Yeah.
Think he's related to that geezer, Picasso? With painted, with weird eyes and that.
Probably not.
Fair enough. That could be the title of the video.
Yeah.
Is he related to that famous geezer who does eye paintings?
Maybe.
Maybe not either. No, don't set Tom. Right.
But we will move on.
I'm more excited
for this.
About this. Yeah. I love him. I think he's awesome. I think he's brilliant. And the rumour of it is, let's be honest, we've all seen it. Anyone who hasn't seen it, Junto Nakatani and INOUE will be fighting in, I think, May of next year, as long as they both win these fights.
Yeah, well, this is Nakatani's first fight at Super Bantamweight.
It is.
And it
Can you poke him, by the way, for the first fight?
Yeah, well, I thought that. It seems like it's a bit of a deep end fight, but I suppose you kind of need that because if you are
coming from Undisputed at Bantamweight.
Yeah, if you is it Undisputed at Bantamweight?
Yeah.
Undisputed at Bantam, and then coming into fighting, what the plan is to fight INOUE, you really need to find your feet and see if you actually are going to be all right there. Can't see why he wouldn't be, but
bigger frame than INOUE.
Yeah.
So in theory, realistically, he's got a better frame for filling out of them weight classes. Both exceptional punchers. Reyes hasn't, other than Hovhannisyan, who, funnily enough, has also fought Picasso. Reyes hasn't fought anyone of any real ilk. He has stopped most of his opponents, I think.
Yeah, he's got 18 stoppages in 20 fights.
But
it's only 25 as well.
It's Mexicans, isn't it? They're fighting on like small Orsina, like
he's another one with quite a big frame, bigger frame than INOUE, and another one who's ranked pretty well. BoxRec placed him at number 8 in the world.
It's hard, to be fair.
Yeah. So
do you know whose fault that is? Don't you? It's the fucking IBF.
Probably, yeah.
The IBF decided he beat a tomato cat once,
yeah,
and now he's second in the world.
Probably.
We need to discuss controversial boxing rankings. Remember the other day we were looking at the light heavyweight ranking, I think, or cruiserweight rankings, and the IBF had their number 3 as a guy who was like 15-15, hadn't won in 8 years, and had won 1 in 12 fights, and it was like,
just mental.
Where do you withdraw? At what point do you go, listen, pal, I think it's time we take you out to ranking. You're taking piss with it here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
Reyes,
yeah, like you say, it's a very tough first fight, but it pretty much is all about building towards the INOUE fight.
Of course.
So it'll be quite telling because that's a super fight that people want. 2 of the top 10 pound for pound fighters in the world are gonna get it on next year.
Oh yeah.
So if Nakatani actually impresses against Reyes, then it'll be like, okay, yeah. He's ready. He's okay at the weight.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. If he goes in and it's a bit difficult, well, either Reyes is, one of the top players in that division, or Nakatani's not quite ready for that division. But can't see that being the case. Like you said, naturally big frame. He's had 31 fights. He's only 27 years old. So yeah, he's a southpaw as well. I don't know why. I always just think that can be the edge for some fighters.
I agree. The thing is with southpaws and the orthodox debate, again, people that maybe haven't sort of spend as much time watching the boxing. It's a bit like right-handed and left-handed people with regards to writing. So orthodox fighters, generally speaking, will spar orthodox fighters. Getting southpaw sparring is harder than getting orthodox sparring. Southpaws are used to being that oddball in the camp. They're used to constantly sparring an orthodox fighter. So the only time it gets interesting for me is when you see two southpaws. That's always quite interesting. Whereas I always give a slight edge from an experience standpoint, like you, to the southpaw, because realistically, they've spent their whole career having to adapt to fighting an orthodox fighter. Whereas you can get an orthodox fighter, and we were talking about one the other day, who had spent his whole career basically never fighting a southpaw, and then fought a southpaw, and it's like, well, you know, how does that translate?
Well, actually, it turned out all right.
Yeah, it did. Good lad, isn't he?
To your
dissatisfaction. Listen, no dissatisfaction here. The right man won. Right man won.
For context, Masood McGrail is what we're talking about.
I'm not talking about that. I don't want to talk about that. No,
That's what Tom's talking about.
No, it is exactly what we're talking about. And look, it was a great fight. The right man won on the night. It was a close fight. Two phenomenal. Wow, my brain just fell out. Two phenomenal tacticians, both very, very, very intelligent fighters. Right man won. And look, I may be a bit disappointed from McGrail. Yeah, he'll come again.
Yeah, very well.
It's nuts. So this fight, I think we can both agree, Nakatani probably should have enough to win if he's as good as we think he is.
Yeah.
Now,
there's always a question mark over the move up in weight, but I think you're right.
Don't want to disrespect Picasso or Reyes, because I'm sure at some point they could fight in an all-Mexican clash. But just quickly before we move on to the third fight we talk about, Nakatani Inoue Nakatani. Who do you favour in that one?
I mean, I think, again, I go back to what I said earlier. I feel like you'd be an idiot to bet against Inoue, ever.
Yep, okay.
But, like you said, he's got... Nakatani will have the bigger frame. He's the younger man.
I think he's got the better jab. He's got the longer reach.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not saying I'm choosing Nakatani, by the way, but what I would say is that they're each other's best opponent.
Oh, yeah.
Like, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. Inoue has shared the ring with more of a high caliber opponent from a regularity point of view. Even looking at the likes of people like Luis Neri, for example.
Yeah, Neri's fought Akhmadaliev recently, fought Fulton.
TJ Dehaney.
He's fought a lot of good fighters. So,
whereas, don't get me wrong, Nakatani's got his own list, which we're not going to go too far into for purely time, but I do think Nakatani, that fight could be. And I'll be honest, that will be a conversation.
That could be the one.
That could be the passing of the torch.
Yeah, something's got to give.
Because I do think Nakatani probably has got another few weight classes in him because he's got that slightly bigger frame. And
I just thought that's going to be the name of this video. That's going to be the clickbait.
So
something's got to give.
Oh, I like that. We should be in charge of naming boxing cards.
We should be in charge of naming all sorts of stuff and matchmaking.
Marshmallow fluffy cards.
Although maybe not matchmaking.
Why? You got an example?
Yeah.
What?
Me picking retired fighters.
Yeah. I apologise to anyone.
Still ranked in the top 10 of all governing bodies. We are very recently retired, so.
And also, we have said that if a money offer came, she'd definitely take it. So my view is, if Tyson Fury's retired, so is Nina Hughes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But we actually do appreciate that. to be clear. I'm not sour. I'm actually not.
No, it'll be like Neil McGrail.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. The final fight that we're going to talk about on the card. Now, unfortunately, we'll make our honourable mention to Jazza Dickens and Tsutsumi, who should have been fighting. But unfortunately, Tsutsumi picked up an injury or something. So, yeah, that's unfortunately been pulled in what should have been his defence of his WBA title after he was upgraded.
Yeah, absolutely. So, there is a positive from this story. Jazza Dickens deserves his own episode. Brilliant story for boxing. Proper Rocky Balboa type story. Jazza Dickens gets to spend Christmas as a full world champion. And I'm not saying, by the way, he was going to lose. Enjoy Christmas, have some time with your family, get back in camp early in the new year, and there'll be big fights for him. Plenty of people in and around them.
Well, you said, haven't you, the Tsutsumi ones, it doesn't say it's
postponed. It's postponed.
So it should happen.
Me personally, I'd love to see him fight in a little.
Anyway, so
Liverpool has 2 world champions at the minute. That's mad, isn't it?
It's good. That was our honourable mention, so for the fallen, let's say. And Now we'll go to Wiliboldo, Garcia, Perez, and Kenshiro Teraji, who I think we have talked about before, Teraji, but I don't remember an awful lot about it. It was many months ago now, if it was.
It was many months ago. He's very good. Again, don't want to sit here and pretend I'm an expert. I don't want to pretend I'm an expert about any form of boxing. But when it comes to the British boxing scene, there's not many we've not spent a long time watching or have, for some reason, binged their YouTube highlights. Taraji's not one of them. Yeah, I'll be honest.
So
it's weird though, because with the look of it, from what I can see just here through my awful eyes, is this for a world title?
Yeah, it's an IBF World Super Flyweight title.
Is it vacant, or does it belong to that Mexican?
It's a good question. I believe it's Perez's title.
Okay, interesting. What's records?
So Perez is 23-6-2, 13 knockouts. He fights from an orthodox stance. He's 5'4". He's 35 years old. These are both quite old fighters, actually. Taraji is 33 years old. Now, I thought to myself, Perez.
I'm just fact checking, by the way. He is the IBF. Yes, Perez is the IBF World Super Flyweight title holder.
You're just fact checking me live on the episode.
I am. He beat Rene Bibiano. He's got a really weird record. Look at that.
Okay, so
sorry,
Mr. Jump in the.
Sorry.
What I was saying, literally what I was saying was, Perez is 23-6-2, which I thought was really interesting because 6 losses. Wow. So I went and had a look. And in his first 6 pro bouts, he lost 4 of his fights. And one of them was a non-contest.
Really?
Really?
I didn't know.
You're shocked, aren't you? Because you haven't spoiled it by looking at your phone.
I looked at my phone because I just wanted complete clarity on who was the world champion.
Is this like when I told you that Dan Aziz was
36.
9 years old?
37, 38, 36, 30. Anyway, however old he is, that video did well. So you should be thankful for my incompetence.
Yep.
And also, if we're picking fault, right, before we talk about Taraji.
Go on.
Yeah?
Go on.
You second guess me all the time. You thought I'd got us sued earlier.
I was just intelligently piecing together all of the aspects of your life and decided that
it's most likely the most likely outcome is that you've got us banned. Yeah, fair enough.
But yes, like you said as well, he did draw with Bibiano first in December 2024, but he won a split decision in May this year in the rematch.
I actually know a little bit about Bibiano.
Yeah?
I probably know more about him than I do about the other two.
Okay, that's nice.
Bit of a tomato can follower, general rule of thumb. It's always tough at lower weight classes. You know, the depth isn't. There's not many 5'3" world championship level boxers. There's not many 5'3" males wandering about at the minute, is it? Very good. He was very highly thought of. And that fight for the vacant belt, with what I was just looking at there, off memory, was kind of this guy should be easy enough to get through. Here we go. And I'm assuming the reason that the Ring and Riyadh season have put this fight on is similar for Taraji. Is
a winnable
fight. It's a winnable world title fight against an opponent who is clearly very tough. But how good is he?
Taraji is a previous unified World Superfly champion.
Yeah.
He lost to Ricardo Sandoval.
No shame in that. Sandoval's very,
very good. In July this year and lost his belts.
Poor guy. He's coming back for the rematch though, isn't he? He's going to win this belt off Perez. And then he's going to go over to Sandoval.
Unify again.
And go, my belt's back. So
I
don't know why he's got a Yorkshire accent.
Maybe I should have looked to see where the other belt at Superfly.
My house. I've got it.
You've got it.
I've got it.
You're Superfly.
I can boil down. Got a great strength and conditioning coach. Shout out to Burger King.
But yeah, so like you say, this one is for the IBF title. We've got, I don't think we mentioned his record. So Taraji is 25 and 2. He's 33 years old. He's got 16 knockouts. So yeah, it's another good fight to watch out for on the card. It's a world title, and potentially for Taraji, it's a route in to fighting Ricardo Sandoval again, and trying to win his belt back.
I actually quite like this fight, and the reason I like it is I love boxing and I love learning about boxing, and I'm honest enough to admit that I don't know enough about these two. Now, whether there's much learning to do about Perez, because he's probably going to lose and then disappear. It's a bit harsh on my part.
Very
Sorry,
harsh.
I'm only joking. but I don't know enough about them. So I'm really excited for the opportunity to sit down and actually go, what can I take from these two's game plan? So when Taraji does come up again, or Perez, I'm a little bit better equipped to have that conversation.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully so. And I think we've seen some evidence of that already. We have watched plenty of the fighters that maybe we weren't so clued up on, and they've come back around since.
Absolutely.
Right, okay. So we're only going to go with those three, and I'm going to ask you for who the winners are.
Winners! Yeah. I'm just getting ChatGPT up ready for Robo Boy.
I think we're going to favour a nation at this point.
I'll be honest, yeah. So I anticipate that Inoue.
Yep.
I'm going to go stops Picasso because I think Picasso isn't the biggest at the weight.
I've seen him training his neck.
Who?
So.
Oh, is it? Makes a lot of sense because he's going to get jabbed and straight righted and backhanded.
I saw a video. He had the brace on. And he had like I'm sure it was just resistant bands, but it looked like something else. I wasn't sure. But he was doing lots with that, and they made
specific names for these.
They made a big deal of it, and I thought, yeah, to be fair, he probably does need that.
It makes a lot of sense. I think Inoue. I'm going to go Inoue stoppage.
Inoue stoppage.
He's found his power again.
Nakatani.
Nakatani's going to stop him. I think this guy's got, from what I can see, decent enough record, but I don't think he's world level.
And then Perez and Taraji.
Don't know enough about it, but I'm going to back the nation. Taraji's former unified champion, been in there with the much better level opposition, and I expect him to win his belt back, or a belt back. Sorry, I should be clearer.
Brilliant. What is going to be the fight of the night?
I think it's hard to pick against Inoue. For me, it'd probably be Nakatani. I'm curious to see how he makes that step up to Super Bantam. But realistically, for the fans, for everyone else, tune in and watch Inoue. He's very, very special. For as long as he performs at this level, watch every fight you can. He's one of them fighters.
Brilliant. And what do we make of this card, this Riyadh card?
I like it. It'd have been a 10 out of 10 if Jazza Dickens won it, because Jazza Dickens. No, realistically, it's a phenomenal card. I think having Inoue and Nakatani on one card is phenomenal.
Yeah.
For a British fight fan, it's not going to be the most regular, so he's probably going to score a little bit lower. However, I'm going to judge it for what it is, and it's not designed for us. 9 out of 10, absolutely solid.
Really? No?
Yeah, really good. I think he's based. The thing is, it's out there to capture the imagination of the Asian audience, and there's no shame in that. Look at what we're doing out in Africa. Not everything in the boxing world. People always say, "Oh, it should be in England. We've got better fans." Absolutely agree. Best boxing fans in the world, but not everything needs to take place in England. And the Asian market, same as the African market, same as any continent. Good card, 9 out of 10. Would have been a 10 if Jazza did it. Right. I've got rate the Roboheads.
Go on, then. How does it get on?
So it has Inoue to stop Picasso in round 4.
Wow.
Very specific.
Yeah.
I like that. Nakatani, decision or late stoppage, which I could probably...
That's its usual cop-out answer.
Yeah. It's got Taraji and Reyes Garcia. Willie Baldo. Yeah. It's got Garcia to win by decision, unanimous.
Wow. Okay.
So we disagree on that.
Maybe favouring the champion.
Makes a lot of sense. Just purely out of the fact that I want to give a shout out here, it actually had Jazza Dickens to win against Satsumi.
Wow.
Which I'll be honest, I would have gone for, but that's more just for backing our own, isn't it?
Yeah. And also, it's timing, so that's not weird. But that is the end of the episode. That is everything covered off. So thank you all for listening. If you have made it to the end, hopefully you have. And we'll make sure to look out for our next episodes. It's been a little bit quiet at the start of the year and into around Christmas time, but we will try to make sure to fill up our channel nonetheless. And we will see you then.
Cheers, guys.